Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Instagram account of Grizzly Talk Podcast. I'm your host of the podcast show and president of this wonderful RSO, Kennedy Patterson, here to bring something very special, a video recording filmed by GoPro 7 in Swanky Studios, here to film. We did a special interview with GGC Outdoor Adventures. You guys can see the podcast right now available on Spotify, iTunes, and iHeartRadio. But we're here to bring a special video for you guys just to see another side of going beyond the podcast. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And if you guys haven't seen our Instagram account yet, go check it out. Over 600 followers on the Instagram account right now. Grizzly Talk Podcast. You guys can go in Instagram, type in Grizzly_Talk. Again, that's Grizzly_Talk. And then you guys can see more content from that Instagram account. So by further ado, enjoy the video as Grizzly Talk Podcast interviews outdoor adventures from GGC and wellness recreation. Take a look.
For me, it will be Thursday night climbing, and for me, the reason why it's my favorite is because that's what got me interested in this program. When I was a freshman, I went on a trip. I went to Stone Summit. I lived on campus, and I didn't have a car, and I was like, well, how do I get involved? And I heard about outdoor adventures, and I went, and they taught me everything that I needed to know, from like how to belay to like how to tie a figure eight to like everything you wanted to know about it. And so I kind of just fell in love with it over time, because you get to make so many personal connections with different people, especially when you're teaching them. And I felt like it was more of me making a connection with different types of students, because I'm not only learning something new, but I'm also making different connections. So that's why it's my favorite, because all different types of people are there, and when you get to talking to different people, you get to learn about them and their culture, and you just get to indulge yourself in all those great aspects of people.
Yeah, because GGC's recently been gifted with being the #1 most diverse college in the Southeast.
That's
and
amazing.
What better place to be able to go and be paired up with a bunch of people you probably did not know before, and work on events that you're all being challenged through at the same time. Imagine the friendships that come out of that. And so if you're on campus and you don't know a whole lot of people, you don't feel like you quite fit in yet, come to one of our events.
Right.
And you get to meet new people and enjoy the whole college experience that way. But we also do ice skating in the wintertime, which is going to be so much fun.
If we get ice here in Georgia, it's been so hot lately.
And I'm planning a surf trip right now because I love to surf. I'm from Florida, and I would love to bring some people out into the ocean for their first time.
I love Florida.
And we're going to do horseback riding, and we're trying to get one of those trips together. I am doing an actual backpacking trip coming up, so we'll go out into the woods overnight, set up tents, learn how to pretty much do primitive camping, and then backpack our way out.
That is a cool idea. You mentioned horseback riding. Are you talking to GGC Equestrian Club? Because I see their Instagram. They're really good at horseback riding and equestrian. Do you have ideas to reach out to them, or is it just something
We do now.
Well, Equestrian Club, if you're listening to the podcast, I shout them out on plenty podcasting and shout outs. I met with the president at Green Scene before, and I really like what they're doing because they're adding horseback riding as a sport with more of a club feel to it. So again, Equestrian Club, if you're listening to the podcast, get in contact with GGC Outdoors Adventures for a horseback riding trip. Again, you mentioned Florida. Is perfect. Have you been to Delray Beach? I have to ask.
Delray, yes.
Delray. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Take advantage to this, GGC students. This is a good way to really get involved. As you mentioned, getting involved, understanding the culture of different students. You see the list on there for ski tripping, ski trip there in North Carolina?
Yes.
So is that still in effect? Is it still planning up?
Yes. So that won't be until January. So it'll be in the second semester. So every year we do a ski trip, and that actually even before we got big, before Thursday night climbing, Tipsy Tuesday, and things like that, skiing was actually one of our most like top trips that students love.
Yes.
So in the upcoming year, we'll be doing a couple of ski trips. We'll be doing about 3 to 4 trips, and then 2 to 3 of them will be day trips. So what we do is that we'll go out for the day, ski all day, then come back. And then we'll possibly do one overnight where we'll like pack up, put on out, ski all day, go back to the hotel. You either have the option to hang out at the hotel and relax, or you also have the option to do night skiing and snowboarding.
Oh wow, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Something that I'm gonna look into for sure. If we don't get too busy, I would love to. My brother, he's actually alright. He went to one of the ski trips years back. I think it was Sugar Hill. He went on that trip and he was telling me all about it. He was like, hey, me and you should go this year. And, we weren't able to go, but something to really look forward to. Maybe I can bring the podcast equipment. Maybe we'll do a podcast then. That might be a fun idea for sure. As we wrap up here on the Grizzly Talk podcast, I want to, again, recommend this RSO to a lot of GGC students to really get involved. Did you guys have another?
Yeah, so I want to just throw all of our events out there for all the students who want to know. So all the things that we do that are associated with us is we do Thursday night climbing, which we call it TNC. We also do Tipsy Tuesdays, and Tipsy Tuesdays is where we teach students how to kayak, but it's like in the pool. And we teach them everything they need to know about kayaks, and also just to get them comfortable with being in the boat, because I know a lot of students aren't comfortable with that.
And it is a prerequisite before you go on one of our whitewater kayaking trips.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's just us to make sure that the students know what to do if they flip over, and basically teach them how not to freak out and all the different things they can do to basically stay safe in the actual river. Also, what we do is everybody knows we do Probably Wednesdays. Every Wednesday.
Popular by the man, right?
Yeah. We also do day hikes for all the hikers out there. So in October, we will be starting to do day hikes in various locations.
That's really good for because it'll not be too hot, not be too cold. That's good.
Perfect.
Good planning. Good month to do that.
Yeah, exactly. We also do whitewater rafting, and we actually have a trip coming up this weekend where we're taking students rafting.
We have 30 kids signed up for that.
Wow,
Students
okay.
signed up for
Yeah,
that.
we're all sold out. Yeah, like
Wow, that's
filled
gonna be
up.
fun.
Yeah. And we also do whitewater kayaking, and I know we have a trip for that coming up soon as well. I think that's next weekend.
I think so, next Sunday.
Yeah, next Sunday. So if students are interested in that, it's $35. All our trips are $35.
And that's, if you think about it, GGC students, it's really not bad.
Yeah,
really,
everything's
because
provided.
many trips like that, they'll cost maybe about $50, maybe $100, depending on.
Well, the skiing trip will be a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I that makes sense too, because you're going kind of out of the state, and then you got to pay for that kind of stuff. But for the smaller trips, that's $35. Take advantage of that, because it's once in a lifetime opportunity while you're here on college campus, and you can have that good college experience, and you can tell your family, your folks, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what we got going on, this is what we did within our college career before you graduate, because you don't want to be in your dorm room a lot. You don't want to be coming to class, going to the dining hall, and going home. You want to take advantage of that. Again, I encourage that for GGC students to really get involved.
It's really cheap because $35, like transportation's provided,
Really
food's provided, and the equipment's provided.
That's
so like
advantage.
if you went by yourself and you had to buy like gear and provide transportation and like
You have a couple $100 gone.
Couple hundred.
yeah,
Yeah,
right there. So it's just like $35 for all of these things provided. It's great.
Yes,
Great cost.
That's really amazing. I love RSOs like this, and I really love what you guys are doing for RGGC and Grizzlies, and to really get involved. Now, do you guys have a special shout out maybe for maybe your other team, other members of your organization that you'd like to give shout out on the podcast? It's something new that we're kind of starting out. You can name them all that's in your organization. You can name a
Ian,
few.
Logan, Naya, Son Lee, Hannah,
Jared,
Scott,
Corey, and
Kai.
Kai. That's everyone.
Alrighty, so you guys heard it, folks. The Grizzly Talk podcast, again, I'm going to say this a million times, get involved, GGC students. Especially with this organization, Outdoors and Ventures, you're going to have a blast with them. So please get involved. So stay tuned for next week, as we're going to do more podcasting Special thanks to Outdoors Adventures for joining us here on the podcast. But that's going to wrap it up for this morning podcast. Grizzly Talk Podcast with your host, Kennedy Patterson. I also want to thank our other students that are a part of our RSO to help make this podcast possible. Until next time, y'all, see you guys later.